Hello, I'm the Resolute Cartographer, and this is the 57th video of my Fallout 76 Surveyal series covering Spruce Knob Campground and nearby Spruce Knob Workshop. So let's take a look at the workshop first because we're right next to it, and it's the real reason that we're here. And that's because the Wastelanders update teaser that they gave us back around Thanksgiving showed the camp that they're going to have underneath Spruce Knob. Something about Foundation Settlers, whether or not that's a new group or maybe some sort of reborn Brotherhood of Steel or Responders organization, we don't really know. But let's take a look at this place now because we know it's going to be changing at some point in the future. Again, exactly how, we don't really know. So we got a parking area out here, a bunch of destroyed cars, and just general debris. We have a monorail station here. If we take a look at the map, you can see that we're about midway between Watoga and Bromwell. We're also right here at the Monongahela National Forest campground of Spruce Knob Lake. The U.S. Forest Service oversaw this place, part of the Department of Agriculture. I wonder if President Eckhart had anything to do with anything going on here. Maybe we'll find out during the Wastelanders update. So let's take a look. I'll head down here first because there's not really much to see down here. So we got some cars. And then there's a little checkpoint here. That's the way you get into the campground itself. But we're going to look over here. So we got some picnic tables, a little observation booth, so you can look off and see. I think that's the investigator's cabin out there. Let's take a look. Yep, that's the investigator's cabin. Okay, so then we come over here, and we have this other little area for sitting. A bunch of barriers here for protection against being shot at, although I mean, there's a pretty sheer cliff over there. I'm not sure what they were planning on being protected from. But this also potentially could have been set up by the United States Marines during the War Games exercises that were taking place in the area, which we'll be going over here in just a minute when we go to Taggarty's Cave once we're finished here. So, let's head on up. Okay, so that was a very short ride because we are just above that site. So let's take a look around. We got a dead soldier there, another barricade. Again, this is lending credence to the idea that there potentially were Marines here at this site specifically. Now, the interesting thing is that we have some Vault-Tec crates here. Now, if these were destined for a different site because of the monorail, we don't really know. Or if maybe they're part of the whole Foundation Settlers thing. Maybe there are people that are already here underground. It'll be interesting to find out. We have a duffel bag there, nothing in it. More barriers, more dead soldiers. Ammo box here. Dead ghoul. Everything was actually dead when I showed up here, which was lovely because I'm very low on ammunition right now. So we'll come over here into the monorail, and we can head on up here into the front, where we have a gentleman with a cane, a lady with what I thought was a sun hat, but is in fact a prospector's hat, and an umbrella, and a thing of gumdrops here on the floor. Along with that, the driver's on the other end. That's right. Okay, so we can head back this way. We got a couple sitting here with a pack of cigarettes. Head on into the next train car here, and we have a bunch of soldiers. Short hunting rifle there, military ammo bag with the ballistic fiber, some duct tape, more ammunition, because I really am very low on ammunition right now. Another soldier there, another military ammo bag. Military cap, another soldier. Military fatigues, another military ammo bag. Duffel bag with some ammunition in it. And a yellow canister and a sealed Charleston Herald. Here's that driver I was talking about before. And you get an interesting little view of the countryside through this window. Okay, so we're going to head back up through here. And we're now going to cross this platform because, again, we were just over there. More barriers. A dead civilian, it looks like, right there. Some crates, another barrier, bunch of sandbags, another dead civilian, more barriers. Okay, we got the actual workshop itself right here. I'm not going to claim it because I have no need for it at the moment. Okay. We got a trash can there, and there's part of that parking lot over there. We can go take a further look at that when we head on down to the campground. Past the porta potties. And let's head on up into the tower. Now, I don't know exactly how we're going to access the underground area. First of all, barrels and a dumpster down there. It could be that maybe they removed one of these little wall sections and this is the elevator that we go down in or something. I don't know. We'll just have to find out. Brotherhood flag, because the Brotherhood apparently did occupy this place for some time after everything. Because they've even marked the barriers up here with their symbol as well. We got a metal box here that's locked. Okay. Some more junk. Light bulbs back there, several of them. We got some filing cabinets. More ammunition. Tinkerer's workshop. We got a bunch of tables here in the middle with some ammunition, ammo boxes, and ham radio there. Bunch of electronic equipment that I have to assume that the Brotherhood installed, because I can't imagine this stuff was here beforehand. This is a tourist site. Got some more 45 rounds there. Lunchbox back there. Footlocker. Some junk in there. Fusion cells. Some springs, and some steel scrap. So let's take a look out here at the balcony. So we've got great views of the countryside around us. More barriers, dead civilian there. A laser gun that's amazingly balanced like that. Okay. Alright. So let's head back around. Nothing else to see up here. And we're going to head back down those stairs. Okay, so let's take a look at what we got down here. Trash can, we got a Jeep there, luckily belonging to the Marines. And we got a sign here. Welcome to the top of the Mountain State, highest point in West Virginia. Elevation 4,863 feet. Observation tower 900 feet this direction, I guess. Interesting. Now we've got a gold deposit here. Coming through here. We're going to pass through this little parking lot that we just basically glanced at earlier. And that's because there's a acid deposit here. But along with that, there's another little overlook here. Now this is interesting that this trash can appears to be embedded in the cliff wall here. But anyway, so looks like this actually fell here. This was originally part of a balcony that sat up here. We're going to jump down here. Even have another one of those sets of binoculars here and a buried bench right there. Okay, so we're now going to follow this around and go back over to the little park checkpoint that we really just glanced at earlier down the road. Now again, remember this was just before we went up that elevator. So we got a van there, an old Jeep here, motorcycle. Attention! Registered campers and guests only beyond this point. All vehicles must display a vehicle pass. Interesting little thing in here. We got some wind chimes there if you need the aluminum. We can come in here. Broken computer. Interesting little bits of junk. We got a first aid kit, but the fun thing for me at least, and this is entirely based on with a randomized loot, but animal control box that has Psycho in it, which I can't imagine using Psycho on an animal that you need to control is a good idea. Down here we got another gold deposit. We got a full parking lot in here. A little area where they typically would have bulletins posted. Some more porta potties up here. Ooh. I gotta say, I don't know what he would be doing in a porta potty with a plunger, but anyway. Got some bear-proof trash cans. We got a little trail that heads off that way. Got a little grilling area there. But we're gonna head down to the campground itself. Okay, past some more bear-proof trash cans. That path goes back up to the parking lot. Oh, ticks. Oh, I hate ticks. So nasty. Okay, so we got a campground down this way, and it looks like we got some canoeing down this way. But let's take a left first. Check out this campground over here. Alright. Super mutant that was cooking. Missed him on my way in here. Got some good stuff on him. Got a couple of broken down tents. Alright. And a cooler with some mute fruit in it, wood pile, a recipe here, and a cooking station. Head back down towards the site that has the sign for a canoe. Says we've got another campground over here, so we'll check that out. Alright, so we got some more tents. And then we got one you can actually walk into, and hey, we've got an impromptu raider meeting holotape.
Hey, hey, hey. Put the gun down. We're here to talk.
Fine.
You repping the cutthroats?
Maybe. Who's asking?
Name's Repo. I'm repping the diehards.
Frank. So, what's this all about?
It's about survival. Our gangs are getting picked off one by one.
Yeah, by other gangs. That's how things work.
The hell with that? We're dying out here. All of Appalachia's trying to kill us, and it's got nothing to do with turf or loot.
You talking about the gourmands? those idiots ate each other to death.
Not just the gourmands, backwater bandits, travelers, hells, all of us.
Yeah. It's a rough world. I get it. So what's your point?
My point is, we need to band together, okay? Watch each other's backs. If we don't, we might just end up disappearing.
What's in it for us?
Staying alive? Do you understand what I'm saying, or are you too stupid?
Don't ever say that to me again.
This is what I'm talking about. Pointing that gun at me again is not going to solve anything.
Yeah, it will. It'll get you to shut the hell up. What the hell? He killed Repo? Shoot him! Shoot him!
Alright. Anyway, typical civilized raiders. We got Mirelurk Queen out there in the lake, so we're going to watch out for that. Let's check out the area with the canoe for the logo. Alright. Right before we go to that, let's check out this other supposed campground over here. Could well be that it's the one that we've already visited, but we'll see. Alright, so we got a little fire pit here. A rubber tube for tubing. We got some beer and beer bottles. Wild blackberries. Good lord, those things are enormous. I'd never realized how large these wild blackberries are supposed to be. We got a camping stove there. Sleeping roll. What do we got here? Pipe revolver and some 5.56 ammunition. That 5.56 would definitely not fit that pipe revolver. Anyway, let's head back on over to the little boat dock and boat house. Okay, here we are. Now we can see, looks like Mirelurks, yeah, all over the place out there. Got a little picnic area, including a note that we can't seem to actually do anything with. So maybe that'll be something we find out about in the future. Maybe that's something quest related and I just simply don't remember it, but we'll see. Alright, heading on over here. We could head down to the water this way if we wanted to. But we're really not here for this marsh specifically. We're here for something else. But we got some bear-proof trash cans, along with that Salty Sam's pricing. Boat rentals $42 per hour. Fishing rod rentals $18 per hour. Bait $9. Maps $15. Suds $12. Surly language free of charge. Alright. So I guess this is Salty Sam's right here, a bait shop. And boat rental as well, I guess. Okay. So we got a bear-proof trash can. Another animal control box with some Rad-X in it. Swimsuit and that foot locker. More porta potties. I feel like if you're going to build a permanent facility, you may want to actually build, even if it's an outhouse, something more permanent than a porta potty. But anyway, let's head down here where there is, strangely, some gas meters, which is a little odd given that there seems to have been rowboats and canoes. It's also strange that there are buoys all over the place out there, but anyway. Let's go see the one other location that we're really out here to see, and that is Taggarty's Cave. This is a place that I've visited for lore for a couple other videos, and here it is right here. So, let's check it out. First of all, we got these the biohazard sign, wrong way, restricted area, unauthorized persons keep out, dead ends, stop, we got can chimes. Okay, we got a little motorboat. Maybe that's what the gas meters are for. We got bear traps, or at least one. Sleeping rolls. We got a holotape there called War Games, some boiled water, a note here, War Game Orders. Got a duffel bag with some ammunition in it. We got another note here, Tyga DS Journal, October 21st, 2077. A metal bucket, coffee pot. We got another holotape here. This is definitely mislabeled, by the way. This is not August 29th, this is October 29th, but we'll get around to that in just a minute. Clipboard, gonna grab that. Let's see, nothing else in that boat, so let's head up here onto this platform where we have a bobblehead for charisma, a beer bottle, small picture frame, another note, Tyga DS Journal, November 4th, 2077, 44, and a bottle of whiskey. So, we're going to start off with War Game Orders, as I believe this is the oldest note, or oldest piece of information in this entire thing. Department of Defense Secret, Department of Army, P003. U.S. Army Rangers War Games, China Operation Scenario number 3-C. 2. Lieutenant E. Tyga. Summary. Your unit, now specified as friendly, is ordered to act as U.S. Special Forces deployed behind the lines in an unspecified Chinese province. You are tasked with sabotaging target armored personnel carrier. Secondary objective is to gather Chinese field intelligence. Although stealth is advised and preferred, friendly can achieve objectives in any manner. There are 2 detachments of Marines posing as hostile Chinese forces. For the duration of this operation, friendly must act on its own initiative. Further details in supplemental booklet, United States Army, Appalachian Territory. Next up, holotape entitled War Games. Oops, picked that up in the wrong order. We will play that again here in just a minute. So, Tyga DS Journal, October 21st, 2077. Arrived at Appalachia. It's beautiful, safe. The Thunder's treating the whole thing as an extended field trip. Ask Wilson to knock some sense into them. A favorable performance evaluation could mean choice assignments in upcoming offensive. These war games are being monitored closely. It feels like something big is around the corner. I sympathize with the men, though. Man, it's good to be back in America. And after the games, a 2-week furlough. De Silva grew up around here. She's offered to show us around the local watering holes. But, mission first. Okay, and now for the next step, which is War Games, the holotape we accidentally picked up early.
We're in the mission boundary, right, Weber?
We're at Spruce Knob. 2 clicks. We're 2 clicks from the edge.
So we hug the line, move hard, move fast, and we may catch the Marines with their pants down.
LT, you may want to listen to this.
What is it, Moreno?
The comm chatter's weird. Let me...
No. Confirm nuclear strike on New York. Shit.
Oh, God. It's the end. The end.
Keep all... The whole channel's been locked. Not sure how they're doing that.
Man, the brass has gone all out. Is this part of the war game, Lieutenant?
In the event of a nuclear exchange, we are to immediately seek orders from a superior. For the purpose of these war games, however, we are completely on our own, cut off from command.
Any standing orders we can fall back on, Lieutenant?
None that I know of.
Whoa! Did you...
There's one over there, too.
Mother of...
This isn't no war game.
Turn that off!
Alright, so that's where the leadership of the future Appalachian Brotherhood of Steel was. Somewhere around this area. Now we have radio log, October 29th, 2077.
Trying band, AH-13. Lieutenant, I got something.
I can't make anything out!
Sorry, working on it.
Max into Appalachia. repeat, this is Captain Roger Maxon.
Give that to me.
Seeking any...
Lieutenant Taggarty here. Captain, it's you?
Lizzie. Damn. It's good to hear a friendly voice.
Captain, I heard you're a traitor.
Traitor. If disobeying unconscionable orders makes you a traitor, then I suppose I am. Lizzie, I'm glad you're alive, but I need to find someone in Appalachia. Someone dependable.
That's where I am. The Thunder was running war games against some jarheads.
So they're still in one piece. By God, Lizzie, this is good news.
Roger, you're a traitor. I could be court-martialed even talking to you.
Lizzie, look around you. The army's gone. America has fallen. I know you have questions, but we need to talk. There are things I learned at Mariposa. I got a scientist with me, Dr. Takano. We'll set up a secure channel. I'll answer all your questions then.
Captain...
Lizzie, you know me. We need to talk.
We'll monitor this band. Taggarty out.
Okay. And, yes, that was definitely in October because Maxon was not a traitor until just before the war. Of course, that's traitor in quotes because he didn't consider himself to be a traitor, even though he definitely considered himself to be in secession. Anyway, we have the last note here, Tyga DS Journal, November 4th, 2077. The radio chatters of madness and death, and most of all, chaos. No one's in charge. Moreno picked up some government transmissions out of Charleston, but no military command. We're supposed to reestablish the chain of command, but after what Maxon said, could our government really be using military prisoners as test subjects? Injecting them with experimental serums like human guinea pigs? I can't believe it. I'm going off book here, but the first priority is survive. Gather supplies, hunker down, and make it through the winter. De Silva says there's a survival training camp northeast of here. Hopefully we can come to some arrangement. The next time a storm hits us, we set out. If we do it right, no one will even see us. Of course, at this point, they were going to head all the way up here to Camp Venture, which they eventually turned into their first headquarters before abandoning it for Fort Defiance. But that is everything that there is on Spruce Knob, at least everything that I've found. Along with that, there is, of course, this marsh here, but this is the far more interesting location, and specifically because I was doing this video about the content that's going to be related to this area with Wastelanders, I wanted to cover the actual Spruce Knob structure here, along with the nearby campground, and I felt it was time that I shared the exact nature of where it is I got the lore on the early days of the Appalachian Brotherhood. I may have talked about it, I honestly don't remember at this point, but if I hadn't before, this is where you find it. With all the stuff on the early days of the Brotherhood, I almost forgot to actually show this image. This is one of the Wastelander teaser images they gave us right around Thanksgiving, and it's talking about like the foundation settlers around Spruce Knob. So we got one guy down there in the bottom left corner, got some industrial equipment right there in the middle, a whole bunch of those those boxes, the industrial box construction stuff all over the place in there. The interesting thing to really note, for me at least, other than this underground lake, is the fact that there are trees growing here. Now, initially I basically considered the fact that this could be Wastelanders coming back to the wasteland, but the fact that there are trees growing down here tells me that it's potentially the case that these people have been living down here since the day of the bombs, potentially even. Maybe they were even there before the bombs, I don't really know. But the fact that there are trees growing down here is a very interesting thing, because they would have to be growing for some time. So whether they started down here around the time of the Scorched Plague, or whether they've been down here for 25 years, or maybe even longer, we really don't know yet, and it's going to be very interesting to find out. This has been the Resolute Cartographer. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. If you want to get notifications as to when these videos become available, hit the notification bell. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you have any comments or questions, leave them for me and I'll try to get back to you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.